Hello, everyone. Blue Star Saber here with LuckyRave as we discuss Dead Rock, Chapter 19.
Ooh, dude, I've got some words that I'm really burning to say right now. Got some heavy words I want to say that are burning, but
Okay, fair enough. But yes, this chapter is pretty much the follow-up into like the Dead or Alive field trip, pretty much, in which
the Field Day Massacre,
yeah,
yeah,
the Field Day Massacre, in which basically we saw the two other matchups of like the Fox Girl versus the Slimy Dude, which a little bit of
yeah,
sympathy.
Satsuna and Virgio, those
Yeah,
two.
Sun and Virgil, which you kind of feel bad for the slime dude since he went to go find a girlfriend, but now it's like he's been murdered by a pretty fox lady.
I mean, see, it's kind of funny because prior to that chapter, I was like, okay, if I had to take a pick on how these two things are going to go down, Virgio was obviously going to be taken out, and then I had a feeling about Lloyd being taken out too.
Yeah, and a guy named Lloyd is taken up by Wolfman Yuji.
E.g. Yep.
Yuji.
He got taken out. Dude didn't even get a backstory. Like, that's how irrelevant he was. At the very least with Virgio, I'll at least give him something. He had something going on.
Yes, let's see. This moment, Lloyd's best bet is only just have cameo and some other flashback.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna just say this right now. If you have a character named Lloyd, just know you're okay. Wait, no, I can't say that. I was gonna say just know you're doomed for life. But then I remember Spy X Family is a thing, so maybe not all the Lloyds, but 95% of the Lloyds out there.
Not well. Also, you've got like Let It Go Ninjago's main protagonist is called Lloyd, so I don't know.
Ah,
I figure this is like if it's Lloyd in a Hiro Mashima manga.
what's? Hold on, keep going. I want to see if there was another Lloyd in like another series that he did.
Uh-huh. Okay, but yeah, basically, let's see. All those sort of matchups were taking place. Meanwhile, the chapter ended with like the promise of the long-awaited Frey versus Lausanne matchup. Let's see, one of the
Yeah,
four.
Lozen, which, by the way, I know we already talked about this, but keep in mind about this, guys. It wasn't just the cliffhanger for Chapter 18. It was the last chapter of 2024. So, I mean, you gotta imagine.
Yes. Let's see. A new chaotic year starts with a very chaotic chapter, to say the least.
Hmm.
But yeah, though but yeah, it's this match has been pretty much the most, besides the exception of Yakiko versus God. This has pretty much been the most long anticipated matchup in the series.
Hmm.
Let's see. I won't say it's some like Sasuke versus Itachi hype level kind of thing, or
Oh,
some.
no, 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 not like that.
Hmm. But yeah, but it's basically the fight that we expect. Arguably, let's see, we're going to try and see whether or not Frey is going to win. Is she going to lose? Either one way or another, it looks like her character might be destined to die.
I mean, I've told you this from jump that, like, whatever scenario, um, that Frey falls into, she's kind of in a, I hate to say it, but a lose lose situation.
Yeah, I suppose the only win situation you can have is let's see, there ends up being a tie of some sort, and she's unable to continue on to the next round or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if God has considered what happens if a tie happens of some sort, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see in that regard.
Yeah.
It may be possible that that means that, let's see, Frey may live another day, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, how's she doing this chapter? We're about to find out, but before we got that, we've got like, let's see, the chapter's title, Words I'm Burning to Say, in which you've got a panel of Frey in her like regular outfit, not her school outfit, her regular outfit. Well, looking backward, let's see, she's smiling as we see the flames of Dead Rock in the background, if you will.
Pretty cool, what was I gonna say? Pretty cool character artwork, I'd say.
Yeah, arguably very fitting for like a chapter that's going to be focused on her fight against
And I mean,
Loza.
dude, if you've seen the fan art of this, of just this artwork within color, definitely adds a lot more to it.
Okay, no, I have not. Let's see, but yeah. But okay, now it's interesting now that Deadrock has now fan art.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we get like our two combatants in their fighting style pose. Let's see. Lozon has summoned a horde of course, has this horde of zombies behind him. You've got the students cheering. You've got Ryzen talking about how she's up against one of the 4 demon teachers like Bren, and comments how it took like the 6 of them just to take him down. With him not worried if she can win. But I believe this one here is, of course, Mikoto is basically saying to being honest about how it'll be tricky. So you got Hanin going saying, "What are we gonna do?" And you've got Chakato,
Chaco, Zalesia.
Yeah, Chaco, Celestia. So it's been a while since I've see. I can never really remember the names of these characters. Let's see, with her expressing concern for Frey. Yakito, in other words, though granted, I will admit, I'm wondering if Hero's rushing on the art for this one, saying
It is yeah, that's one thing I did kind of notice is that like the art's not like it's still good. I'm not gonna say that it isn't, but I think it could just use just a little bit more polishing. Just a
yeah, I'm
little.
wondering if this will be sorted out in the volumes, but yeah.
That's a possibility.
But anyway, he says, "Let's believe that Frey-san will win." We cut to like Frey with serious eyes. Lawson going like, "Hey, relax." Saying if you tense up your shoulders like that, you won't be able to use half of your real strength. Let's see, not really showing concern for like
He should have kept his mouth shut first and foremost.
Well, yeah, because it just made her angry. But Lawson is like saying, "Wait, don't tell me you've got a grudge against me." And it's like
If only you knew, my guy. If only you knew.
To be honest, I think this is one of those "it's a Tuesday" moments for him, where he has no idea what she's mad about.
Tell
But
me about it.
Frey's pretty much let's see, remembering let's see, her sister being a zombie. Let's see. Granted, Lozon seems to be just more concerned of having a Britzy proper fight. With Frey and starting to say, "How dare you do that to my big sis?" Declaring that she's going to kill him right there, here and now. Let's see, inflaming her arm, if you will, as she's about to try and punch Lozon. He blocks. She punches again, this time a little bit more successful. Barring up, he's laughing about it, saying it's not bad. More flame fists as we get a move called the Blazing King's Fist, and you're sent flying. The members of Class F are smiling, while the students are cheering. As now Frey is getting both her flames on fire, hands on fire, and just fires a powerful fire blast towards Lozon. Let's see. We get a double page spread saying the move is called Blazing Barrage of Destruction. There's more fireballs. Keep hitting Lozon. Let's see. Surprising Hanin and having Chakaho cheering.
Chaco's like super cheering right now.
Yeah, she's being all fangirly, if you will. With a bunch of the students saying, "Is that thirsty for real?" Let's see, many of them being surprised.
For a set, when I first read that, I was like thirsty, but then I read, oh wait, thirsty. Never mind.
Well, I suppose I can't really blame you, given some of the naughty things that have happened in this manga.
On Lilith's end, mostly. It's mostly been from her.
Yes, for teaching.
Which even then, it's only just been on like one occasion. It hasn't really happened.
Yes,
that
but that
often.
one occasion has some very serious implications in real life. But never mind. But let's not get into that. Anyway, the students have been a bit surprised and impressed that she is holding her own against Lozon Sensei, saying she ain't half bad, if you will. But Lozon is now smiling. Some of his clothes bond off. I think one of his shoes definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like saying, "Don't get a swelled head," as he starts laughing, punching her in the upper jaw, if you will.
Yeah, upper jaw.
An upper jaw punch. Going on pugilism, if you will. Let's see, as you hear her just shouting "Gah," shocking many of the students. and seemingly horrified by that one punch. With let's see, Ryzen going like that one hit as let's see Mikito comments.
And a broken jaw.
Yeah. Hold on, is there something in your background, Lucky Chi? As I'm just was that just an echo? Oh yeah, it's an echo.
Like that. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Hani goes like tells Frey to hang in there, saying he's not done yet. As Chakato saying, let's see, look ahead in front of you. She does so. She gets on the defensive. Let's see. Then they both do a sort of fist clash. I'm not sure if Lawson's doing a fire fist of himself. It seems to be some sort of black flames.
It's something.
Okay. She's just shouting "burn" despite her bloodied mouth. Let's see. And Lawson says, "Oh, I am on fire. You should be too with the heat of battle." Grabs her wrist and yanks her arm off.
Dude, this part, well, as soon as he grabbed the arm, I was like, oh, shoot.
Oh, yeah, he's smiling. And it's like, ooh, and that is definitely a warning sign because, as you know, in most fictions, especially in shonen, the moment a character loses their arm, they're on the death's door, mate. They're on the death's door. Like, you know, like Jiraiya. Well, granted, Kikoku did survive. But from One Piece, but then again, that's One Piece. Let's see. Anyway, you got Frey sort of screaming out in pain. Yakuto, Mikito, Raisin, and Hanin all showing shocked expressions of concern. With Lawson saying, "Oh, it's a shame he can't really make her one of his battle pets," but says that the rules say I have to kill you. He then sort of knees her in the stomach. She's coughing up blood again. And Lawson saying, "If you wanted to kill me, you should have brought that black dragon." With Mikito thinking that he has to stop him somehow as he continues to pummel her to death. And apparently he's so brutal that even some of the other students are just horrified by the brutality, if you will.
I mean, listen, if you were in that battle right now and you lost an arm, oh my god.
Yeah, to be fair, I think most people would be horrified. But anyway, Mikito says that she'll use her authority from Ghost, like he did with Boltagar. But a voice tells her you can't, and she realizes what the voice is, thinking it's the head honcho of Ghost, Master Phantom. Which is this a character I'm just checking, Lucky She. Is this a character we know?
I don't think it is, but I can double check. Let me see.
Because for a second, is it Ares? Or I was just thinking, is it Ares?
That's what I thought initially. I was like, that could be Ares, but I wonder. Maybe you're right. It could be Ares. It's either Ares or somebody else. Now, something tells me it might be somebody else. Let me look.
Let's see, but
because it does look like him. Like even that threw me off for a second too. Where I was like, huh.
But yeah, so we've got like this what seems to be this sort of pretty boy, if you will, with some locks around his hair and some sort of like tied up ones. So that you kind of see like on the ponytails of girls. But yeah,
let me see.
It's called Master Phantom. He says that you're standing out too much and asks if you've forgotten the ghost principles.
Wait. Hold up. Maybe I noticed something. Yep, that is definitely Ares. I'm looking at it right now. Same design and everything. So that is him.
So yeah, so
Ares he's the master. Okay.
Okay. Did you not notice that in your own review for the chapter? Out of curiosity.
I mean, I thought about it. I really did. I didn't really mention it because I was just like, wait. Maybe I'm like in my head. I was like thinking maybe I'm overanalyzing it, but
in that case, it changes everything pretty much. Let's see.
Keep in mind, Ares was introduced when chapter 14.
Yeah. It's like we're like, who is this guy who just allowed himself to be beaten by Yakuto? And it seems like okay, we might now know why.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's very much also infiltrating the school.
Makes sense though.
It seems like he's perhaps also checking out Yakuto. Since he probably knows that his goal is to kill God like him, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be a very interesting conversation when.
I mean, also just remembering the fact that Hero did want to make Dead Rock like a limited series. I mean, that does kind of help in that
to some
equation.
extent, there's still one group of characters I think that have yet to be introduced.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not gonna say this because the cover for Volume 4 is already out, so we can already sweep the thing under the rug that it's going to be 4 volumes long. I don't think it's going to be that.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to be. Yeah, I'm assuming we're going to probably have. If I had to guess, 50
I think
chapters.
20, just a ballpark, and I'm thinking 20.
20 what?
Like 20 volumes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, like at the lowest, because I mean, like aside from Fairy Tale, if you look at Rave Master and Eden Zero, both of those were like in their 30s when
Oh
they
yeah,
ended.
yeah.
So
If I had to
this one,
guess,
I might say is like maybe half of that,
if I had to
maybe.
guess, we're probably going to get up to at least chapter 50.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
But yeah, anyway, he reminds that since we seem to very much confirm that this guy is Aries, let's see. You get Mikoto just being surprised that he infiltrated the crowd in the guise, telling her they'll speak later and saying you mustn't interfere with this fight. But she says if I don't, Frey's going to die. But he just tells her to believe in her friend as we see Frey collapse on the floor with her arm bloodied out. Hani going like Frey, and Chakako's going like, "Come on, Frey!"
Chaco's in tears.
Oh yeah,
For all the right reasons. All
yeah.
the right reasons.
Let's see, but yeah, Hani is just so focused on Frey's concern, he can no longer say, "Are you stupid?" A rare moment for him.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you've got Lawson going like, "Still alive, Herm." And he thinks like, "Maybe I'll do it then." My, you know what? As he seems to be preparing a massive flame fist. The students are all like, "That stance! It's his demonic super macho fist."
So these are definitely like either like they're definitely upperclassmen tier. So because I've seen it before, so I'm not saying.
Yeah. And arguably they're students that have seen it before, thinking that, oh yeah, she's pulverized.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you've got like whoops.
You got Yakuto yelling at the Fray.
Stand up!
Yep, and then Mikoto's also doing the same thing.
Yeah, Frey, wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of silently praying, if you will, as Losan prepares his fist. She thinks, and then you get Frey going internally thinking, I was fool. I was too full of myself. No idea how strong Lausanne really was. Thinking of her sister and the fond memories she has of her. Saying that, apologizing that she's unable to avenge her. And thinking about how his right arm's gone and his body won't move. Thinking about to her classmates, let's see, thanking them for everything. And then thinking close up about Yakuto, thinking that she actually really, as Lausanne's preparing his fist strike, as Frey thinks might have loved you, as we've known since the first chapter, she's been like heartthrobbed ever since she saw him murdering their teacher.
You mean to tell me we could possibly get Yakuto and Frey being canon before Nalu? Actually, that sounds about right. Because I mean, look, y'all know I like Natsu and Lucy. Okay, y'all know that. But look at Shiki and Rebecca.
To be fair, that is a much quicker series, and this is an even much quicker series. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see how 100-year quest ends, Lucky Chi. LuckyRave.
I mean, listen. We are, look, if we're counting 100 Years Quest, what are we now, like in the 80s? Jesus. Let me look. Because
Okay.
what's the latest one that came out, 100 Years Quest? 19? Damn,
Uh,
yeah. So we're like at least 82 if we're counting all the
oh yeah.
original series. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, at the very least, it hasn't disappointed us like Naruto, at least. But anyway, where were we? Oh yes, chat. Oh yes, you get
Yakuza streaming out Frey. Yeah.
shouting at Frey-san, and then you get a montage of all their little moments together, which Frey
And this
really.
is only just a sample size. Just imagine what this would look like when we get to the end.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, as she hears Yakuto's voice, encourages her to get up. Granted, it seems like
This was a cool shot, actually. I really like the shot here where she's
yeah.
coming back.
Curious because it looks like as you see her jaw busted up, but all her hair seems to have turned white.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if this is some sort of power up move, but nope. It's like you see the black stuff in her hair a bit later, and she thinks to herself, "That's white. I still want to live." And then a bit sharp, as announcer I think says, "What? What's that?" As a flame fist emerges from her arm, and she shouts, "I want to live, so I can tell him."
Well,
But
spend more time with her classmates specifically, but then she met. Okay, I like how she says she wants to hug Yagato, and the panel of focus is on him. So obviously he's hearing all that.
yeah, sorry, I didn't get to that part. It says, "I want to live, spend more time with my classmates,
Mhm.
and want to hug Yakuto," which gets him blushing. Which let's see,
I
makes
mean,
me.
that's already pushing that already.
So yeah, I think this is basically implying that okay, he's probably feeling something back as well.
And for anyone's like that's shocked about Yagato and Frey, that hero's going in this direction. I mean, and listen, I can only testament this to myself because Haru, Ellie, Shiki, Rebecca. I mean, we're going down that path. So obviously,
Yeah,
not a
it's like
huge person.
Hero is definitely one of those that main boy, main girl get together types.
And it's not a bad thing. Like some
No,
people are just like, oh my god, that's so cliche. It's a trope, first and foremost, and a
yeah,
trope's not bad.
yeah.
It just depends on how you tackle it.
And frankly, let's see. From what I sometimes read, let's see. I rather if that kind of coupling has to happen, I'd rather it be with the two main characters, provided they've had because they usually end up having positive development.
Hmm.
Because usually outside that, it's not always exactly, I would say, positive.
I mean, if we want to talk about main couples, I mean, look at Light and Misa from Death Note, and I'd say it's not healthy, but they kind of feed off of each other in their
Yeah,
own little weird way.
granted, I would say that is one of those doomed to fail romances.
Hmm.
Because it's like,
Definitely.
let's see, you guys view it as like a doomed to fail. Let's see, arguably in real life, no, it's arguably one of the toxic and worst kind of relationships. And I think we've both rated that when we did your, let's see, romance podcast, Lucky Chi, a few
I
years
don't
back.
think yeah, that's
But see,
crazy.
by the way, one thing I would probably change from my opinion there, which I was making fun of Lucky Chi at the time, which is saying Eren and Historia, the relationship that destroy the world. No, I'm saying I'm changing it to Eren and Mikasa.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I just love how you just completely agreed with me. No
Well, I
hesitation.
mean, listen, at this point, when it comes to like Naruto and Attack on Titan, like I'm like, okay, I'm more indifferent on Naruto. Attack on Titan, I mean, it's only been like what 4? Yeah, 4 years. So it's still kind of fresh, but like I try not to dwell too much on it.
Well, I'm still more of the biggest anti-SS fan you'll probably ever see, Lucky Chi. I mean, Lucky Rove.
Oh, hey, don't get me wrong. I'm still not big on SS.
Oh yeah. No, granted, okay, to be fair, I think it's the either Retrospect Greg or James S. Cassidy probably hates that Fritzy pairing more than me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but let's see, but if people that know me think I'm the biggest anti-SS fan ever. But anyway, back to her, let's see, declaring her sort of pretty much a love confession at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Goes on as how she wants to avenge her big sis. Let's see, Lozan for the first time is no longer smiling and now just getting annoyed, saying, "Shut up, brat." As let's see, Frey's fist turns into what I assume is a flaming dragon. Let's see, as she releases a powerful, brightly burning, blazing burst blade. And you've got Lozan going, demonic super macho fist.
Mm-hmm.
A massive explosion around the entire stadium. The announcers going like how they smash into each other and thinking which one survived. As the final panels is like dust clouds going as both Yakuto and God watch from above. Yakuto concerned for her, his friend, potential lover, and God just smiling at the brutality of the battle.
Oh yeah,
And
no. Listen. If this dude had a field day over the vice principal being taken out, this is not a surprise at all.
oh no, yeah, it's like yeah, I'm pretty certain there's no one he genuinely cares about. Let's
Mm-hmm.
see. Maybe to the exception of maybe he might have a thing with going on with Lily, but is it Lily or Lilith? Let's see.
Lilith. I mean, that wouldn't surprise. You know. Also, here's the funny thing I kind of realized. Because I'm sure you've been paying attention, but for those of you that follow me on Twitter, y'all know I've been going through like a Rave Master reread journey, which getting close to finishing up. But I didn't even realize going through this reread that there's a character named Lilith in that story, and I'm like, what the hell? How am I just not picking up on that?
I know it seems Hero likes using English names. Let's see. Oh, granted, I don't recall for the Far Major game. I don't really recall any girl being called Arch. I will admit.
Oh, from Farmaggy? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing the game and watching the anime.
Yeah, I'll say this. I started watching episode 1 earlier today, and based on what I've seen, it's pretty faithful so far.
Yeah, though, granted, the characters seem a little different from what I can see in the game. Though, granted, I'm only still in the first chapter, so I know.
Oh yeah, you're still early. I finished that game up like at least within like a week's time
Yeah,
because I was
well,
like, oh,
granted, I'm pretty certain the anime is going to spoil all the big twists in the game for me anyway. But yeah, and
hmm.
also I think I had a brief look at TV Troops, and it's like,
Well, I'll tell you this: there is a season 2 planned. They already confirmed that, and
oh,
I won't spoil the story, but there's a very good reason why they already confirmed a season 2, and it's because of what happens in the game. I'll just say that.
okay, so is there going to be a Far Magia too then?
Hmm.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I gotta complete this game then. Anyway, enough of that. Let's see. I could do a season 1 review of you later, but with like all the episodes. But anyway, let's see. To the chapter overall thoughts. So anyway, what do you make of the fight, Lucky Chi?
It went down almost. I'm not gonna say exactly like I predicted, but I did. The one thing I thought to myself is that okay, Frey is not gonna get taken out like that. I already knew that much. Like she wasn't gonna get like one hit KO'd. Obviously, she was gonna fight it off. And much like how I thought about Lozen, I knew he wasn't gonna get taken out this chapter either. And the way it ends, especially for the start of 2025, it's pretty perfect.
Oh
Or as
yeah.
close to perfect as you can get it. You
Mm-hmm.
know? I mean, yeah, okay, so the only drawback I would say the chapter has is maybe the artwork at times.
Yeah, I definitely say it feels like some of the artwork wasn't really done at its best, and frankly, let's see, it might be. I'm not sure if Hero's multiple different types of projects are finally catching up to him.
Now let me think, because even Zero's already finished, so like the big weekly series is already done, and like as far as I know, he's only working on he's only drawing Dead Rock. Well, okay, I say only drawing Dead Rock, but
Well, let's see. Besides drawing Dead Rock, he's been designing characters for like Far Magia. Let's
but
see.
designing characters is simple though. When you
Sure,
when you're doing a simple character versus like
but
a weekly
it's
chat or
probably also it's
not
also
weekly.
possible he's helping with a little bit of storyboards with that as well.
Yeah,
Let's see. He's also writing Fairy Tale 100 Year Quest. So yeah, it's possible that after so many different tasks, eventually, let's see, it does burn him out a little bit.
well, and also keep this in mind, guys. The day Eden Zero ended, and I have to keep emphasizing on this. He already announced that he has his fourth. I'm assuming his fourth weekly series in the works,
I wonder if it's going to
and
be
I'm just
fun.
I'm like, dude, you don't catch a break. I mean,
Yeah.
I like the work ethic, but damn.
Yeah, I mean, most Red Sea mangakas would be worn out at that point, but yeah.
Mm,
Well, granted, I'm wondering if it's going to be Far Magia.
I don't think so.
Okay, fair enough. That's going to be more of like a game and
Because
yeah.
no, because I don't know if he's because he mentioned this in one of his recent spaces, his Twitter spaces that he did, but he did say that obviously knowing how he likes to write his stories and his main characters, obviously they're named after season. Like Haru is spring, Natsu is summer, Shiki is all four seasons. So it's one of those cases of well, okay, so he's already laying off the groundwork that yeah, it's gonna be named after a season. And in my head I'm thinking there's only two you haven't tackled yet. There's fall and winter. Uh Aki and Fuyu. Those are
Okay,
the only two.
okay, fair enough. So that means he's probably going to get someone with ice powers in his next series.
It's either ice or see fall. I'm trying to think. What would you do with fall?
um, Darkness, maybe.
Maybe.
Now, granted, he's already got like a black dragon and black dragon with Yakuto, but anyway, but yeah, for me, let's see. I did like you got like a bit of a beat down from like Frey giving to like Lozan for the first half of the chapter. Let's see.
Well, and you and I already kind of saw this coming with Frey. Is that obviously that this was going to be a tough fight for her. So
Yeah, in many ways, she is kind of like what you would expect, like a Natsu and Lucy daughter.
mm-hmm.
And if Hero, and I
I
wouldn't
mean,
be,
even based on her design, I was like, look, if Natsu and Lucy had a kid, that's probably what I would think that would
yeah.
look like.
Let's see. Though, who knows? Let's see. Maybe we'll get a spin-off like that down the line. Who knows? It's very possible if Hero continues to want to work with Fairy Tail afterwards, which I have heard some people say that that's what he's going to do. But I know I could be wrong in that regards.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. It might just been some rumors, but yeah. Let's see. But yeah. Anyway, I like the sort of beatdown. I like how you got the students cheering, and then of course you've got like the reverse, and then it's like Lozan is just brutal with his pounding so much that I literally the students are like shocked, which you'd expect them all to be like used to this kind of thing right now, but he's being so brutal, like punching her jaw away, ripping off her arm. It's like those are death flags there.
Right.
Let's see. Those are definitely death flags, but yeah. Other than that, is the twist that Ares is very much probably Ghost's leader.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, we know there was something going on with this character, and now we finally got confirmation that, oh, this was the case of it. So we've got that as a ghost. Let's see. We're going to be very interesting to see Mikoto and let's see Yakuto and Pretty Ares interact again, since these are the three characters that have relations with each other. Which also I do like how you got Mikoto Ritzy actually shown that she does seem to Ritzy seemingly care about the Ritzy fellow classmates in Class F. Let's see. This might be a mission for her, but she's clearly shown signs of bonds.
Yeah.
So I think that has worked for the character. Let's see, and also, of course, the biggest surprise I think is pretty much Frey's. Let's see, confirmation that Frey does generally like Yakuto. It's not some like
Okay, I'll say this. It's not like, say, Sakura. It's not like that at all.
Well, I wasn't really implying that, but more of like just she's just
Like a fangirl. Oh,
it's like a what?
like a fangirl.
I guess I wasn't really thinking fangirl. More of like it's just like a kink, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay, that might be worse actually. Now I think about it.
Okay, let's say kind of like Juvia in a way.
But yeah, like she is just like like kind of super into, if you will, like just because of Yakuto's being like a sort of ruthless let's see, killer, if you will, at times, and that's sort of
But Frey hasn't really displayed that, is what I've noticed.
well,
That's the thing I noticed. Like, even when like Yakuto's with Mikito, like she never has those like why is she talking to him? She's never had those like
well,
tendencies.
yeah, I wasn't really referring to those, but more like her going all heart eyes and drooling, like I'm in love with this guy when he's let's see killing people and declaring war on God.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just more of like that being some sort of like ooh, this guy's sexy kind of thing. But I don't know. I'm trying to be I trust I'm trying to avoid demonetization. I'm probably gonna get that anyway.
That's. I mean, I don't really do my vids for money anyway, so
yeah, that's true.
I do whatever I want.
Yeah, that's true, but yeah, no, at least like 10 views on this channel video. But anyway, never mind that. Let's see. So she seems to have generally come to like him, and from what we can tell, it's very possible that Yakuto might actually like her back.
I mean, he has blushed like whenever she clings on to him, so
Yeah,
this isn't the first time we've seen it.
yeah.
Like, especially when she hugs him, like when she's like, "I want to battle Yakuto." Like, he clearly is just like, "Whoa, okay."
So yeah, so she's pretty much declared that sort of love confession, and that makes you wonder, if you will, is she gonna end up living?
I mean, look, if we're gonna go by Hero's track record in terms of like couples, I mean, I'll say this. If I have to take a guess, because before I was like 50-50. Now I'm like thinking, okay, there's a 60-40 scale. Just it's not a huge. I mean, you would think, okay, it's a 10% increase. That's kind of a big deal, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't want to make it go too high to where it's like, like I'm not saying it went from like 50 to 90. No, because listen, Hein's still gone. As much as Blue hates to, think he'll come back.
Okay, no, see, to be fair, LuckyRave, I thought he was going to come back just to settle the score of Bren, but Bren turned out to be more short-term antagonist than I realized. So, yeah, now granted, let's see, it's very possible that if Frey does bite the bucket, but if she's going to end up being in a romance with Yakuto later, there could be a possibility of a resurrection, which might also mean that Heian has the possibility of coming back.
I mean, and you have to keep in mind though, with her affinity, it is Ifrit, so that kind of is in its like a mythology, if I remember. If I remember how Ifrits work, I think that's how it is.
So you think because due to her fire abilities, there's a way for her to be resurrected through flame?
In a sense.
So kind of like a phoenix in some ways.
Yeah. More or less like that, like a phoenix.
So do you think there's a possibility of her coming back? Okay.
Yeah, like if there's one character I think could survive, it could be her.
Yeah. It must.
Now, do I think it's going to be like a all the time situation? No, I think this could be like a once in a blue moon scenario.
Let's see. Do you think this
It's
could
like
be
okay, it's like okay, yeah, you resurrected yourself, but that's it.
okay? Do you think it's possible that if this does happen, it'll be sort of like a Nobara situation where it's like appears to be dead for a long time, only to come back right at the end?
It depends on how you do it. That's the thing.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, it's like given the fact that she seems to be pretty much Yakuto's Lucy or Ellie or let's see Rebecca, if you will.
Hmm.
Let's see. That seems to give them very strong implications that she will survive. Though, granted, if she does end up dying, this would be the very first that Hero has done this of breaking his like established trope of main girl, main guy kind of thing.
Hmm.
Now, granted, if she does end up biting the bucket, you'll probably get Mikito as like the main female, or maybe even Chaco.
I mean, well, keep him. You have to also remember is that like with Dead Rock, Hero did say that he wanted to take his writing in a direction that he hasn't really done a lot of. I mean, he's dabbled into it definitely with Rave Master and Eden Zero, but like not on this scale.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, if killing him, if he does end up permanently killing Frey, then yeah, he is definitely going against what he normally does.
Hmm.
But yeah, that is basically the one thing there. But yeah,
I mean, could we call the? No, I can't call this Game of Thrones. I was gonna say, could we call this Hero Mashima's Game of Thrones? And then I'm thinking, I mean, if we go that direction,
unless we see some sort of Red Wedding style massacre, I'm not sure about that.
at the which Red Wedding we're talking about, though, the books or the show? Because
um,
you and I both know how both were depicted. So
I'd say more in terms of the books.
yeah, like I remember in the show, people were like, "Dude, that was kind of dark." I'm like, if you thought the show was dark, Jesus.
In fact, I'd argue the book version is much better.
Hmm. What season was that again? Was that two or?
They did season 3, which was the first half of book. Let's see, book 1. Now, granted, the Red Wedding happens in this later half when it's the second part of book 3. But yeah.
Right. Yeah, unless you get something like that, I mean, shoot, I don't know.
Granted, there's not enough characters to do a sort of Red Wedding style kind of situation.
That's true.
So, yeah.
I mean, House of the Dragon tried to do that. I say tried.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Well, let's learn that House of Dragon is not really Game of Thrones, even if it's set in the same universe. And it's also like a sort of prehistory thing. But
I
anyway,
mean, how did you feel about that?
I've only really watched like a couple of the first episodes of season 1. I haven't really watched all the other episodes yet, like LuckyRave.
Okay.
I do know bits and pieces. I know that chat got a photo fell out towards the end of season 1, and then like some stuff in season 2.
Yeah. Even though that's kind of like the material from the book.
Let's see. Yeah, I know. See, there's something apparently with Matt Smith's Daemon Targaryen's character that she found like too much shock value.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go on here yet, but I'm not going to go about what it is here. But anyway, back to Dead Rock.
Yeah.
One thing I will admit, I like how she's gotten like a sort of flame fist. In many ways, that reminds me of Fergolion from Black Clover. And able to cause massive flame punches with it. So, granted, if she does survive, arguably, and manages to make it out of this tournament somehow, it's very likely that from now on she's just going to have a flame hand.
That'd be cool.
Now, granted, let's see, because at the very least, it seems that Hero at least keeps wounds on this, but who knows? It could be possible that she tries to get someone to reattach her arm or something.
I mean, given the fact that it's I say it's fantasy. Well, I mean, yeah, it is a fantasy series. A dark fantasy, if you will, but I mean, you never know.
Let's see. Granted, arguably, I think in some ways, at least in terms of wounds of battle, I'd probably prefer the one without the hand.
Yeah.
Let's see. At the very least, get a sort of prosthetic hand.
You mean like Naruto and Sasuke? Because we know how well that turned out.
No, I mean like I mean more like Anakin and Luke Skywalker.
Oh, you know, I could see that actually. I could see that.
But yeah, arguably something more along the lines of like that. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, even though I still think she's likely to win against Lausanne at the very least, despite his very witty, scary punch that scares the students. I do think that her biggest obstacle will be Enji, who like probably after seeing that love confession, is like, okay, this is how I'm going to hurt Yakuto. It's because like, okay, you killed my friend, I kill your lover. At least that's how I see it. So yeah. Anyway, overall, LuckyRave, how would you rate this chapter? Oh, folks, LuckyRave has seem to be having some technical difficulties where LuckyRave has disappeared. Let's see. Just when we're about to score the chapter. Private chat. Let's see. Okay, he's telling me to keep going for 5 minutes. So, all right, people. Looks like I'm gonna have to wait at least 5 minutes for LuckyRave. So, overall score. I guess I'll give a few more thoughts and some other stuff that I liked on the chapter. Okay. Let's see. Besides the artwork, I do like let's see, Ryzen coming about how it took like all 6 of them to take on just one of the demon teachers. Now it's just like one-on-one. It's like showing the sort of stakes of the fight. So I did like that bit. I think the flashbacks were used well. Might have been used a bit too much, but I think they had their intended effect of like the ones that were used the most, particularly like the Yakuto and Frey ones. Let's see. I do like the sort of fight. Let's see the fighting style of Frey, but they might just remind me too much of Natsu's. Let's see. I do like the uppercut that Lausanne does. So I know I sometimes do pugilism in my sword class, but yeah. But so there's that. I like even though Frey's gotten her mouth punch and all that stuff, she's still shouting ready to take on the bear. Let's see her opponent. Let's see, and I also like even like a bit of the sort of like the close combat fist, like the kneecaps and punching, if you will. So I think that was pretty good there as well. I do like how Lausanne seems to be excited about turning Frey into a zombie, but is willing to follow the God's rules. Not even trying to do an appeal to God to say, can I make her one of my zombies, if you will? So, but yeah, there's that. I do, besides her feelings for Yakuto, I do like how she's enjoyed her time with her classmates. As you get like a bit of a clip with them all together, like Yakuto, Raisin, Chirako, and Hanin. And let's see, granted you don't see Mikoto there, but I think she's also fond of her as like before realizing that Chikito was like a full-on female, but female that transforms into a bird. It's like they were the only two gals, if you will. So yeah, I do like the sort of dragon fist she seems to have done with her punch, which seems to be very similar to like probably inspired by Yakuto. And I like the hold on, got another bit. See, lucky she's back.
Hey, sorry about that, dude. My dad called. He's currently out of town, so
Okay, fair enough. We do need to wrap this up probably soon anyway.
no, you're good. So
but yeah,
where do we leave off?
I was just gonna make one last comment. I like how it seems like her flame fist course, like seems like a giant rib cage kind of type punch. But I think it's time to give our overall thoughts. LuckyRave, how would you score this chapter?
Well, okay. I would again. There were a few rough patches in the art, and that might be the only critique I could think of when it came to the chapter. Because otherwise, I'd say it's pretty spot on, especially for like kicking off 2025 with.
Yeah.
So I want to say amazing.
So like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's about a 9 out of 10 and pure on let's see some of the best of Hero's fighting style the chapter because let's see, granted, depending on who you ask, Hero's fighting style can either be really fun to watch or very generic to watch. Depending on how it does it. Let's see. Particularly with the ones with the more power friendship will be the more controversial ones, to say the least.
That deals mainly with fairy tale.
But yeah,
With that.
but yeah. So that's mainly with fairy tale, but there's also, of course, like
I mean,
but
again, it's not that it's not present in like Rave Master or Eden Zero, but like it's not like ham fisted, if you
yeah.
will.
Granted, the one ham fist in here is like a fist to the jaw, which I will admit. Let's see, it is kind of interesting seeing Hiro Mashima having such a probably the most brutal fist to fist brawl in his manga.
Mm-hmm.
Limbs being torn off, so
Yeah.
there is that. So that is going to fun to see. So yeah, confirmation that let's see, the leader of Ghost is, and let's see, Phantom is actually Ares, which I will admit I did not notice at first, but then after reviewing with you, LuckyRave, I was like, wait a minute, now I'm analyzing this more. It's like, this is Ares.
Yeah, like again, don't get me wrong. Like when I was doing my stream the other day, like in my, I don't think I ever mentioned it on stream, but in my head I was thinking, is that him? Like I was like, that could be him, but then I'm like thinking maybe I'm looking at it too much,
But yeah.
and talking about it with you, I got me thinking, let me actually look into this, and yeah, it's one of the same character.
But yeah, so we pretty much got probably one character that might actually stand a chance against God. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we have that, and it's a guy who allowed Yakuto to beat him up. But yeah, and of course Frey's confession of like feelings to Yakuto, and of her power up to like flaming fist to try and take him down. And of course, that cliffhanger at the end of just like one showing concern for his friend, the other's just amused by the battle. Was like God, if you will.
So let me ask you this: given that, who do you think is going to be standing?
I assume that it's just going to be Frey, just so that she can have her match up against Enji, just so that Enji can take away Yakuto's love and sort of build rage to their fight, if you will. Though the only question is, is Frey going to now stay dead, or is she going to somehow come back to life just because she is the standard, now at this point, the standard love interest girl that Hiro likes to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And even like when it looks like he's killed off one of those characters, they always somehow come back to life.
Yeah, but at the very least for Frey, I think that's okay. Again, like bringing people back to death as a concept isn't bad. It just depends on how you handle it, you know.
Let's see, it's like you give all these emotions and then only to have oh no, this character's alive. It's like, damn it, you made me feel for nothing.
Yeah, key example is my guy. Dude had a great send off, and what did Naruto do? Oh, hey, I'm gonna just heal you. Like, okay, forget whatever emotions I was feeling.
Yeah. Another example would be Pell.
Always with Pell. Listen, I know everyone likes to say, dude, Oda's writing is masterclass, no flaws whatsoever. I'm like, Pell?
Yeah,
Are
that
we
is.
just gonna are we just gonna brush aside Pell? Like,
Yeah.
come
This
on
is
now.
yeah. Literally, Oda is usually a masterclass in most of the stuff. The only thing that it seems the most frustrating of all is when it comes to death.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the death, is like One Piece is like a masterclass series.
I mean, like, really, if you want to look at it, Hero's kind of okay. If we're looking at Fairy Tail, Hero was kind of the same way. Where when you get the lore stuff in Fairy Tail, it's really good.
Oh yeah, but when it comes to like, let's see, character deaths, he is extremely frustrating.
Yeah,
At least for the majority of the time. There's only like 2 instances where he followed through, and that is just generally it. And
yeah,
another I'd probably also argue is Byakuya and Bleach's Blood War.
yeah. We don't talk about that one.
Yeah, that was like it was literally the one flaw I'd say in the beginning of the Blood War. That was like the one problem with it. Other
I
than that,
mean, listen, I'll tell you this right now. For anyone saying, dude, Hero doesn't follow through on deaths in his series, Blue knows what I'm talking about here. If you read Rave Master and you get to one specific character, Jesus Christ,
mhm. Yeah,
like,
we know that Hero can be he can kill off characters and permanently if he keeps to it. But it
and
seems
here's the thing: in Rave Master, he wasn't afraid to do it.
yeah,
That's the thing.
but it seems like he's become a bit softened over the years.
Well, if you go from Rave to not Rave, if you go from Fairy Tale to Eden Zero, it's like, wait a minute, is this the same guy?
Yeah. Byakuya of Bleach, I'll at least probably say probably the only reason why he's still alive is because of how damn popular the character is.
Now, here's the question I have for Kubo: if we go from Bleach to Burn the Witch, because keep in mind, we are supposed to get more, technically.
Uh-huh.
When we're gonna get more Burn the Witch, I have no idea, but
Or the Helllock for that matter.
sheesh. You know, now if I say that, people are gonna come after me. You know what? No, I have no shame in saying this. I think the Hell Arc will be, and Blue's gonna get this, Bleach's Winds of Winter.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, you're playing with fire there, Lucky. You are playing with fire there.
How fitting, because this stream's about Frey.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that is true. But yeah, but yeah, arguably, but yeah. Well, let's see. Arguably, this chapter's good, possibly building up to like at least someone dying. Whether that'll be long term, we'll have to wait and see. If it's Lozon, yeah, it's going to probably be likely long term. If it's Frey, we'll have to wait and see
yeah.
because she could come back resurrected. But yeah, arguably, this chapter's pretty much good for the action. Let's see, sort of character moments, and the only really issue is like the art in some places, even though other places the art is very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so arguably a 9 out of 10, a very good start. Arguably, Hero seems to be a bit of on a roll with Dead Rock. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see. As long as he's not going like certain fairy tale levels, I think he's fine. But yeah,
I mean, like, and again, I know we've talked about that, but like, did he have some of those elements in Eden Zero? Sure, but they weren't egregious. That's the one thing I will say.
yeah. Let's see. Honestly, it's like he just found a way of copping out with time travel. But let's see.
Even
But
the time travel element wasn't necessarily bad. It's just like, well,
yeah,
okay.
but yeah. But anyway,
He found a way to have it make sense. At least get
have his
that.
cake and eat it, pretty much. Have his cake and eat it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm LuckyRave. Thank you for joining me in this discussion. I hope it's good to have you back after a very long time.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Hopefully, I hope to see you again. I've got a few discussions I have. I've just remembered the fairy tale one I suggested, but I'm also thinking like maybe you come down at one point for a One Piece discussion or so. maybe even a chapter review. But for now, I am Blue Star Saber.
I'm LuckyRave.
And we are signing off. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye, and we'll see you for the 20th chapter of Dead Rock.
And that should probably be coming next week.
Oh, really? Ooh, just 1 week before Valentine's.
So, yeah, and I'll make this vow to Blue right now. We're definitely going to be We're going to be doing this stream on next week. 100%.
Okay, fair enough. With that said, let's see. Goodbye, everyone.
Laters!